I remember one time Alan Paul was sitting here having his tea, and there was a woman here, and she said, Paul, I noticed you always open and close the door really quietly. And Paul looked at her and said, "It's that mindfulness thing." And yeah, it was quite wonderful, because we're always talking about mindfulness and talking about practice, and we can talk about it in very deep and profound ways, but the practice of mindfulness is something which is something that we're practicing in every moment with the small things of our day-to-day life. It's like, how do we walk across a room? Do we make a lot of noise with our feet, and do we leave dirt behind us? How do we pick up an object or put an object down? Do we just do it carelessly? Do we bang it down on the ground? When we leave the restroom, do we splash water all over the mirror and all over the floor? Do we move around in a way that's considerate of other people, in a way that's quiet? For a lot of people, we might think that these things are just, small things, and things don't really matter. We feel like they're kind of beneath us, and we're more focused on the real profound practice, and these are just kind of mundane things that don't really matter. But the reality of our practice is that the big things that we're seeking, like samadhi and liberation, the big things come from the small things. In the same way that like a small seed or like a small acorn, it looks like a very small, insignificant thing, but it's this very small thing that becomes a very big thing in the end, and it's a very significant thing. So this practice of learning how to make the mind peaceful, experiencing profound states of peace and insight, it has its roots in learning how to pay attention to everything that we're doing, not in a kind of like an obsessive or neurotic way, but paying attention in a balanced way that allows us to be present in a balanced, peaceful, clear way, and allows us to go against the negative mental states that usually cause us to do things in a hurried, unmindful way. And when we learn how to pay attention to detail like this, then there's a beauty that arises in our external actions, but it's also a beauty that's arising inside our mind as well. So I'll offer that for reflection this morning.